What's up? What's up? What's up, family? So it's no secret that Joe Rogan endorsed Trump in the past election, and this has been having CNN scramble for answers. And the answer they came up with might just shock you. So with no further ado, family, check this out.
Like 20 years ago. Again, so he actually hasn't shapeshifted very much, to your point. The Democratic Party has shapeshifted and driven him away and alienated his followers.
I think what he ended up seeing was an American political sphere that shifted, and he found ways. He's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He found ways to walk into where those people were. Yes, he was a proud, ultra leftist, and then he became a proud person on the right, largely because he saw shifting towards the right, and that's where his money and his audience could come from. He shifted because more of his listeners shifted, and that's where he drove it to. That's nothing more than consumerism at work.
Which of his beliefs changed in the past 10 years? It's really hard to point out which of his beliefs.
But can I zoom out from him? Because I think there is this, and I see.
So Miss Cross clearly does not know Joe Rogan. She hasn't been on his podcast, and she has no idea what she's talking about. But she calls herself a Democratic strategist. No wonder the Democratic Party is in trouble, right? Now, Joe Rogan's journey mirrors that of many Americans who feel increasingly disconnected from traditional media narratives, right? Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders, then he endorsed Trump. You know what Bernie Sanders and Trump have in common? They believe in populist agenda. They believe in promoting economic policies that benefits the average Joe and not policies that benefit corporations, donors, and elites. However, she's supposed to be a Democratic strategist, and she's supposed to know these things, and she can't think clearly of what the issue is, why in the first place. So the gentleman that you guys saw that spoke, the only gentleman in this video, he already had said it clearly and gave a clear answer to her, but clearly went over her head. But I want you guys to check it out and make sure you guys hear it for yourself, because we advocate for truth over here. So with no further ado, family, check this out.
Bernie Sanders had no problem going on Joe Rogan years ago when Joe Rogan endorsed him. I've been on Rogan's show 3 times. I've probably heard over 100 hours of it in the past decade. A decade ago, Joe Rogan was a Bernie Sanders supporter who would get emotional talking about how important it is to legalize marijuana, who would get emotional talking about how important it is to get Christianity out of politics, in particular on the abortion issue, who had a host of left-wing opinions, including about healthcare. And liberals drove him away by calling him a racist, unearthing jokes he made, calling him a misogynist, really with no evidence.
When you make racist jokes about people of color, calling you racist is likely going to happen
all the time. Calling him transphobic because he didn't like seeing Fallon Fox.
He also didn't love the vaccine thing, right? To our point earlier.
That also used to be a left-wing opinion, to be against vaccines like 20 years ago. Again, so he actually hasn't shapeshifted very much, to your point. The Democratic Party has shapeshifted and driven him away and alienated his followers.
I think what he ended up.
So, family, if you think about priorities like free speech, economic opportunity, pragmatic governance are no longer represented by the left, okay? It's out the window. Rogan's mass following indicates a growing trust in independent voices over legacy media outlets, which is like podcasters and YouTubers and content creators over your, like I said, legacy mass media outlets like MSNBC, CNN, things like that in that nature, which is why you're going to hear people like her, Abby Phillips, attack Joe Rogan. They're also going to attack Elon Musk. Why? Because they are 2 of the biggest disruptors besides Trump when it comes to legacy media. They no longer have the monopoly on truth. Now, speaking of Donald Trump, the president-elect, he had gave us a wonderful message this holiday season, which I think we should hone in on in this time of appreciation and Thanksgiving. And he had these things to say. Give me a second, family. He had these things to say. Not it. Let me see. Oh, here you go. So he says, "Happy Thanksgiving to all, including to the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country, but who have miserably failed and will always fail because their ideas and policies are so hopelessly bad that the great people of our nation just gave a landslide victory to those who want to make America great again. Don't worry, our country will soon be respected, productive, fair and strong. Fair and strong. Where was that? Sorry, family. Fair and strong and sorry. And you will be more than ever proud to be an American." So I got to give it. Sorry, family. I hit two effects at once, but I find it funny, and I also find it applauding because he's standing on business out here. And as these people continue to be in denialism in the legacy media outlets or major media corporations, for those who clearly show that they are anti-Trump for whatever reason they may have, because they cannot substantiate their argument, it's more so a personal vendetta. This is why you see them, as you see like Abby Phillips over here, basically crashing out on national TV. But however, I wanted to show you guys, not only did Donald Trump have a message, also VP Kamala Harris had a message, family. So I want you guys to check out her message she had given us for Thanksgiving, folks. Not that. Not that. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? We're going to get to that. Oh, I got to pull it up. Sorry, family. I have to pull it up. Give me a second. I forgot to put it on the screen, but we can do that right now. Why not, right? Get a video with that big thumbs up if you haven't, on your way in the door of watching this video. But with no further ado, family, check out VP Harris and Dougie give us a happy Thanksgiving message, right? We only could get any better than that, right? So with no further ado, let me run it back. Let me get him on the screen and check this out, what VP Kamala Harris had to say.
Greetings, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving.
Today, we come together to reflect on what we are thankful for and to share our appreciation for one another. Surrounded by family, friends, and those we cherish, we cook our favorite recipes, we share family stories, serve those in need, and give thanks for our blessings.
On Thanksgiving, we also express our gratitude as a nation for our service members and their families who sacrifice so much to protect our nation and our most sacred values.
We are truly grateful for their service.
So again, from our family to yours,
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right. So you guys have heard it. Now, that was Kamala Harris. She had to say Thanksgiving to us. But moving on to another story that will blow your mind. And it is Abby Phillips once again, family. I want to show you guys. Like I said, this woman is definitely crashing out, and there's no doubt about it. She actually, got in her feels and displayed her emotional immaturity for conversations that she cannot obviously have. So with no further ado, family, check this out.
Investigate
Just
this.
to be clear, this investigation began under a Donald Trump.
Okay, and all during the bottom line is the DOJ said there's nothing there.
No, they
That's
didn't.
yes, they did.
They said they didn't have enough to indict. That shouldn't be the
No,
standard.
it's a charge, dear.
Okay,
no,
first year.
no,
Excuse
yes,
me.
yeah.
Oh, well,
right.
thank you for the response. Okay, that's
Hold on. I'm just going to stop it right here because we're not going to get off on a wrong foot. Please do not address a grown woman as dear in a condescending tone. Do not do that at my table. You can continue.
All right, family. I considered him weak because he should have put her in her place with her bad behavior, because she needed to take that bad behavior home and go work on it, especially as an individual who's supposed to be representing CNN and being on national TV. There's no need to have, how are you going to host a panel and have people around your table to have discussions, but you're not emotionally mature to have them? That's just contradictive. Now, my next question I ask you guys down in the comments below is, nowadays, people tend to remix things the way they want to remix them, right? They can identify themselves as what they please and what they prefer, as a he, she, or whatever the pronouns as we go on. He, she, her, he, they, etc., etc. You get my point. The point I'm trying to make is, how come women can be my body, my choice, or individuals in general, because I'm speaking to the majority, not the minority, of those who can identify whom they pleases, but then he uses a polite gesture and calls her dear, in which he wants to choose in his stance and pronunciation, or I should say approach to responding to her, and it's already considered automatically offensive. That's just mind-boggling to me. Comment down below. Do you guys think that they basically were trying to hound him, and they couldn't substantiate their argument, so they felt like they had to use any little thing to be offended by, comment down below because I totally believe it. But anyway, with no further ado, I want to get people's opinion down in the comments of this post on X, formerly known as Twitter, and we're going to check those out right now. Right? So as we scroll down, we have some people that are saying, hold up. CNN get furious over someone gets called deer. Okay. Actually, I have to actually click the post and then we can scroll down. Sorry, family, about that. So what folks have to say, that'll be interesting. Is the word deer offensive in 2024? Who watches these arrogant elitists? I agree, they're arrogant. Someone said, can't believe that dude just bent over and took it. These women have no respect addressing their elder like that. That is true. He does look older, way older than them. But people don't have respect for older individuals because they believe they know everything, right? That's why they're arrogant. Someone says she wants to be respected, yet can't say anything worth a damn and can't physically defeat him in hand-to-hand combat, but wants a level of respect that would imply she could. Who wants to tell her? I will. Not how it works, dear. Gotta at least have one and better have both. I agree with that. CNN didn't get the memo. DI is dead. There is something said that is offensive on this show every day, according to the host. Liberals get triggered by damn near anything. I agree. Because the thing is, they lead with their emotions, and they look at, instead of policies, they look at their own feelings in a way to navigate things. And that's not a way to lead a country, because you have to lead a country from a business perspective, right? However, they get triggered by anything and everything. What's wrong with addressing a grown woman as dear? So you guys get my point, right? You cannot have a substantial conversation without their emotions be involved in it. On top of it, CNN is crashing down, like I mentioned before, and I'll reiterate again. This is why legacy media is no longer to be trusted. When you are not saying the things that they remix to what they want to say, because in this sense, it's like they're censoring speech. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly, what you're watching is where CNN is so concerned about what words are being used that the whole point of the conversation goes out the window, right? And the other thing about this, it shows you how obsessed they are with being politically correct and really censoring speech. They want to choose what words can be used and also what words mean, right? Or might mean. And now we know what he meant, but they love to change around the meaning to suit their own narrative. And that's the whole point I wanted to make out here. As we guys see in the comments, you guys get it. People are saying the same thing, so I'm not crazy here, right? But anyway, we'll leave it there. But now I want to talk about something interesting, okay? And I want to talk about Gavin Newsom, right? Or Nuisance, I like to call him. Where is he at? That's Gavin Newsom. Actually, I want to show you guys something. So let me show you something that Gavin Newsom has going on here, or Nuisance. He wants to basically target Elon Musk, folks. I don't know. I believe it's a personal, it's politics over policy, or they're basically playing politics over what's best for the state, which is in this case Gavin Newsom's is California, right? But he has a new EV rebate I want to show you guys, and I want you guys to take a look at the news that is breaking, that has been breaking currently, and is mind-boggling because this actually exposes his personal vendetta against Elon Musk. And this is how you know that Democrats are great at weaponizing government to go against their political opponent, right? It's no doubt about that. They are known for that. They do that often. They did it against Trump. I mean, it's a no-brainer at this point. But with no further ado, check this out before I add more context, as you guys already have prefaced what's going on here, so you guys get the idea of what's happening. Sorry about the ad. I don't know why that popped up. But anyway.
Well, Claudine, right now, folks who buy an EV can receive a federal tax credit of up to $7,500. But President-elect Trump has threatened to end federal funding despite his close relationship with Tesla maker Elon Musk. And Governor Newsom is addressing that threat, but the potential market cap appears to be just another political move in the long-standing battle between Musk and the governor.
Governor Gavin Newsom proposing a revival of the state's rebate program. Place the federal property. Newsom said, "We will intervene if the Trump administration eliminates the federal tax credit, doubling down on our commitment to clean air and green jobs in California." The governor's office says the proposal includes
I had to rewind it, family. Sorry about that because a little bit delayed.
funds in jeopardy. Said, "We will intervene if the Trump administration eliminates the federal tax credit, doubling down on our commitment to clean air and green jobs in California." The governor's office says the proposal includes a state-funded rebate and a potential market cap to encourage competition. The market cap could exclude companies whose sales account for a certain number of total EV sales. The office did not confirm what the market share limit would be. Newsom says there are more than 100 different EV models out there, but it's no secret Tesla dominates the market. Even with sales declining, according to the California New Car Dealers Association, Tesla accounts for more than half of all EV sales.
All right, family. So you guys get the point, right? You guys get it. I wanted to show you guys that. However, Elon Musk did respond, and he said, even though Tesla is the only company who manufactures their EVs in California. So just think about it for a second, family. You have an American company who manufactures their American car in America, and not just anywhere in America, but in California. And this is how you treat the company. Why? Because it's about politics. It's personal to Gavin Newsom, right? Instead of putting California first and Californians, he's putting his own personal agenda first. And that's why you're seeing Democrats in California call this out for what it is. We have Congressman Ro Khanna saying Tesla makes over 550,000 vehicles in Fremont in my district and employs over 20,000 people. Let's not play politics with keeping manufacturing in California. It would be foolish to exclude Tesla. Have we learned nothing from snubbing Elon Musk at the Biden EV summit, right? Now, in the comment section, there's a post I want you guys to hear because it really represents this entire video. And I want you guys to check out Kelly Wright response. Where is he? Right here. It says, I have been a Democrat since I was 13. I've been paid staff and elected officer in my state and worked on more campaigns and recounts than I can remember. Not this year. How did we become the party of censorship? Liz Cheney and cruelly and capriciously killing pet squirrels. Ro, the party is yours to rebuild. Good luck with that. At least you have a clue, right? So it's very interesting because at the end of the day, you want to know how this hurts California as a state. And this is how you know he doesn't have the best interest of Californians as a governor, because business booming creates, okay, put it like this. This hurts Californians that work at Tesla, that is employed by Tesla, as you guys seen Governor Rowe mention, employs over 20,000 people. So what about those 20,000 people that are employed by Tesla because Gavin Newsom wants to have his personal vendetta that impacts Californians? And of course it doesn't impact Gavin Newsom because he lives in a bubble, right? But not everyday Americans or the average Joe, like I mentioned before in the video. So what happens is it always comes down to the consumer, let alone the tax-paying people who end up having to suffer from the decisions made by these political leaders, right? And if you guys want to know, how does booming business help states? Well, think about it like this. It creates jobs, like I mentioned. It increases revenues in your I don't know how to, I can never get this word right. Municipal, or municipality and foster upward mobility for citizens, right? And when you think about it, it benefits local governments, constituents, and even tourists who visit the community, right? So just like Kamala Harris always was advocating her whole campaign alongside her reproductive campaign for the majority of it, but she did have incentives such as giving $20,000 to small businesses or whatever the case may be. Well, the problem is is a majority percentage of small businesses that fail in a small amount of years, in a certain amount of time. It's hard to run a small business. But from a larger scale, when they get it off the ground and they become larger, it end up positively impacting Californians because then there's job opportunity that takes place. So you're being in a detriment to the most biggest. That's why Elon Musk said, even though Tesla is the only company who manufactures EVs in California, the biggest EV leader in the whole game of electric vehicles, such as Elon Musk, and how innovative he is in the car game and the automaking industry, you're trying to go against that, which made your state reputation as great as it is because California is highly known for Tesla being there. But now the person that benefited your state, you're trying to push out due to your personal vendetta. And that's why Elon Musk has moved to Texas. And all he's going to do is move manufacturing. And the people that's going to lose out is Californians due to their governor ignorance, who's supposed to have the best interest of Californians as he governed that state. Right? But at the end of the day, this is what it shows. Like I said, individuals weaponizing, and Democrats specifically weaponizing their political position, using government to do so in regards of their opponents and those who they dislike. So I'm gonna leave it there, family. I want to know you guys' thoughts with this whole situation, especially with the whole Gavin Newsom story attacking Elon Musk, which is really, really punishing the people, all who work at Tesla, like I just mentioned, and people who obviously buy the vehicles. That's a whole nother thing. But let me know what you guys think about that. And of course, CNN attacking Joe Rogan, talking about him endorsing Trump was for financial reasons. But I want to close it here with Gavin Newsom and Elon Musk, because this was the same guy, and this is why I call them hypocrites, that supported Elon Musk. Check this out.
Relates to Tesla. I have long been a strong advocate and supporter, early adopter, the technology. I have not only known that company, but I've known its founder for many, many years. I have great reverence for their technology, for their innovative spirit, for their leadership, and I have great expectations that we can work through at the county level the issue with this particular county.
Okay, you get it. He said he support Tesla. Key statement. And I want to leave it right there, family. Comment down below your opinion and your thoughts. But with no further ado, family, spread the love, peace, and positivity. Peace.